We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here, as always, by my brother Tim. And today, we get another full slate here, Tim, because we do have, I believe, 10 hockey games. We get a full, or 11 hockey
Yeah,
games.
you can have fun with that.
Yeah, we have a full slate of Sunday baseball, and then we get a couple playoff games in the NBA as well. So it should be still another action-packed day and some decent spots to make some money. So, but before we get into today's game, games, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right and what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yesterday for me, I kind of wish the day ended at like 4 o'clock because my day would have been amazing. In the MLB, I never actually calculated my records for this, but I'll just go over my games. Yankees first 5 run line was a loser. Should have gone with the first 5 under, finished 2-2. Giants first time 5 run line winner. Cubs run line, what a sweat that was. The Cubs put up 3 touchdowns against the Pirates. They win that game. They cover the run line easily there. Minnesota Twins first 5 run line comes through. Athletics gets shut out, so the team total over loses. Toronto Blue Jays gave up a 2-run home run, I believe, in the bottom of the first, and the freaking bums couldn't win the first 5, but win the full game. I can't stand when that happens. Cardinals and Reds first 5 under comes through. Marlins first 5. Another one of those teams. They didn't cash the first 5, but they did cash the full game. So oftentimes that happens the opposite way too. So, but yeah, that was a frustrating one there. And then the Mets and the Diamondbacks over 9.5. That game got off to a solid start, and then a bunch of zeros to end the game. That was kind of frustrating. Dodgers money line. They tied it up in the 8th, and it is what it is. It went to extra innings, and once you get to extra innings, the BS runner on second rule takes over, and it's kind of like a 3-on-3 hockey situation. It's BS. Baltimore and LA first 5 under 4.5 comes through, and the Mariners team total over comes through in the second inning for me. So I hit that there. I slipped the board again in the NBA. Tim, I'm doing pretty well in the NBA. I'm 4-0 the last 3 days, and I'm 6-1 in the last 4 days in the NBA playoffs. Celtics are up 3-0 on the Nets, and they cashed the plus 140 ticket for me in that one. And the NHL started off very nice and then ended horribly. Penguins puck line comes through. Carolina, New Jersey under 6.5 comes through. Sabres money line and over 5.5 both come through. Rangers and Bruins under 5.5 cashes. Start the day 5-0. And the Maple Leafs lose in overtime. Another one that is the 3-on-3. I as a bettor, I hate it. As a hockey fan, I love it. It's entertaining, but as a bettor, it is super random, and I hate that it's super random like that. Under 6.5, Nashville and Tampa Bay. That was a terrible bet. Chicago, San Jose, under 6.5 comes through. The Sharks win 4-1. Canucks plus 170 falls short there. They're competing for most of the game. Blues. The Blues. That they were up 4-1 on the Yotes, and that they should have gone on and won like 6-1 or something like that. Instead, the Yotes tie it up and force overtime. Blues minus 1.5, minus 2.5, and minus 3.5, all losers. But the team total over 4.5 does come through. Frustrating game there, though. And then the Kings puck line comes through to end the night for me. They beat the Ducks 4-2. And that was everything for yesterday's slate. What about you as I go and grab my computer charger?
Yesterday was a good day. Start off in the NBA. Didn't touch the Raptors game, but they keep away from a sweep. They're now only down 3-1. Possible comeback, maybe. No, I'm kidding. I had the Dallas Mavericks plus 6. I'm going to call that one a non-sweat. I don't think. Oh well, no, they were losing at halftime, but from the second half on, it was kind of easy for that one. That one easily cashed. Boston Celtics plus the 3. They won by 6. Nice easy casher there. Memphis, what happened? This Minnesota team was dead after their collapse, and then all of a sudden, Memphis couldn't do anything. It's whatever. Luckily, I did bet Memphis, live bet Memphis plus 4.5, so it kind of balanced out my losses there. So I'm all right with that. So 2-1 day in the NBA. In the MLB, let's see. Twins money line, nice little casher there. My only loser in the MLB was the Oakland Athletics. 0-0 going into the 8th, and they allow 2 runs, and that's it. So a little bit frustrating there. And that was our best bet over on the site. So best bet was the only one that lost. Toronto and Houston under. I was nervous after the first inning. Once it hit after 2-1, I'm like, you know what? I think we're going to be all right. And then it ended up being 3-2 Toronto final. Easy one there. Cincinnati proves that they still can't hit. The under in that game hits as the Cardinals win 5-0. I had the San Diego Padres because everybody and their mother was on the Dodgers. And I like Yu Darvish. So I ended up, I didn't have it on the show. I ended up betting it later on. Nice little plus money cash on the San Diego Padres. And I had the over in the Kansas City game, and they scored 20 runs. So, granted, 14 of those runs were after the 5th. So it was 5-1 after 4. And then 3 from Kansas City, 3 from Kansas City in the 5th and the 7th. 1 and 6 from Seattle, and 6, 7, and 8. 13-7 final there. Nice little easy casher. And then we also had the Seattle run line on the site. So that one was a nice little casher as well. So ended up being a really good night for me. So that would have been 6-1. Right? I had 5-1 in the MLB, 2-1 in the NBA. So nice little solid day there. I'll go say hi to the chat, and we'll jump into some games. Nick, good morning. Good morning, Nathan. How you doing today? A couple of sweeps, maybe. Maybe in the MLB. We'll see. I didn't even think about that, but we'll go ahead and start off with this game, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to look at the Tampa Bay Rays. They're hosting the Boston Red Sox in this one here. Rays minus 185 home favorites with a total of 7.5 in this game. I'll get the specifics up real quick. What's good, man? We get it's a dome. Then let's go over to our pitching stats and our hitting stats here. Shane McClanahan, 2.4 ERA, 1 WHIP, 14.4 strikeouts per 9 innings, 41% strikeout rate, 3 walks per 9, 296 BABIP, 279 FIP, and a 1.75 SIERA. On the other side, Rich Hill, 7 ERA, 1.56 WHIP, 6 strikeouts per 9 with a 15% strikeout rate, 3 walks per 9, 310 BABIP, a 561 FIP, and a 517 SIERA. And when I looked at this game, I want to fade Rich Hill. I did that last time with the Minnesota Twins. I took the Minnesota Twins in the first 5 innings against him last time. And I'm going to do something similar, but not quite similar. I took the Tampa Bay Rays, and I took their team total over 4 at minus 120, expecting them to put up 5 runs here against the Tampa Bay Rays in this spot, because or against the Boston Red Sox in this spot. This Tampa Bay lineup has not been bad this year. Wander Franco has been hitting amazing, 392 to start the year. Arozarena at 240. G-Man Choi is hitting out of his mind, 393. Manuel Margot is a 314. Francisco Mejia, 348. This is a team that's been hitting really well. I see a lot of green for under ISOs and OPS. Their WOBAs look good. Like, it's a solid lineup. And it takes that Boston offense completely out of the mix. So I'm going to take the team total over 4 for the Tampa Bay Rays here in this spot. And that's where I'm going with this one.
Yeah, you took a team total. I just took the over in general. Whenever you see a 0-0 game go into the 10th, including a combined no-hitter through 9 for Tampa Bay. We forgot to mention that one. Combined no-hitter, that was kind of cool. but it didn't end up mattering because Boston scored 2 in the top of the 10th, and then Tampa Bay scored 3 in the bottom of the 10th. That was the end of the game. I like the over. This is one of my more favorite plays of the day right now, because whenever you see a low scoring game, I want to go to the opposite way. It was kind of like yesterday how we saw the Tigers win 13-0. I almost went and bet the under in the next game. I was very tempted to go and bet the under in today's Cubs-Pirates game as well, just because we saw a 21-0 game. The 0-0 going into the 10th is shouting over to me today, especially with Rich Hill on the mound. I think Tampa Bay could hit him a little bit. You're not going to keep this Boston lineup down for long. I think Boston can score a couple runs. I can see this one being a 6-5 type of game. I like the over 7.5 in this game. That's where I'm going to be riding for this one. We get a good morning from Jojo Rabbit. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Hopefully we can make some money today. And we'll keep on going through, Nick.
Yeah, the Colorado Rockies are at the Detroit Tigers in this one here. We have the Tigers as minus 130 home favorites, a total 8.5. I'll get the specifics up for this game. We have 0% chance of rain, a nice 77 degrees outside, 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing from the left to the right. Let me refresh this page to make sure this is correct. Yep. Tyler Alexander, Chad Kuhl is your pitching matchup here. Chad Kuhl, 0.87 ERA, 0.87 whip, 7.84 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is 23% of the batters he's faced, 4.35 BABIP, 4.35 walks per 9, a 160 BABIP, 277 FIP, and a 421 SIERA. Tyler Alexander, 4.26 ERA, 1.26 whip, 8.53 strikeouts per 9, which is 22% of the batters, a 2.84 walks per 9 innings, 316 BABIP, 211 FIP, and a 356 SIERA. I'm looking to back Tyler Alexander in this spot. I know everybody's going to see Chad Kuhl with that pretty ERA with the 0.87. He has pitched pretty decent to start the year. And then we look at the Colorado lineup. You see all these pretty numbers with Honor Joe hitting over 300 and Chris Bryant hitting over 300 and CJ Crone and Randall Grichuk. Half those games are in Coors Field, so you got to take Colorado hitting stats with a grain of salt. And I think that this Detroit team will be able to put up a couple runs on Chad Kuhl. And I took him in the first 5 innings, laid the half a run, and took even money with the Detroit Tigers in the spot in the first 5 innings. So that's where I end up going in this game. Tigers, first 5, run line, even money in this game.
Yeah, I just chose to stay away from this game. Wasn't particularly interested in it. I almost went under in this game, but just didn't quite make my card. And today I bet 6 games instead of 5, so I went a little bit more higher volume today. This one's just not of interest to me. It would be a lean towards Colorado. I kind of like their lineup. I know you just mentioned that's a lot of in Coors Field, but I think that this team is definitely a solid piece. But this is a lean towards the under, lean towards Colorado. I like Chad Kuhl, but I'm ultimately not getting to anything in this game.
Fair enough.
Good morning, Dad. How you doing today? Good morning, y'all. Morning, Sam. How you doing? Good morning, guys. Hope you guys have a great day and make some money. Let's do this. Cubs won on 1 yesterday. Cubs won by 3 touchdowns yesterday. Staying away from the Rockies games all season except for overs at home specifically. No! Unders in Coors Field. What up, guys? What up, Eric Jones? Welcome. We're going over this game, which I'll talk about real quick because this one has our best bet in it. It's over on the EarleSportsBets.com website if you guys want to check that out, between the Guardians and the Yankees. We'll go ahead and move on to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Braves are hosting the Miami Marlins in this spot here. The Braves are minus 135 home favorites, a total of 8.5 in this game. Looking at the specifics for this one, we have 0% chance of rain for this game, 73 degrees, and partly cloudy or partly sunny. My bad. In Atlanta, Georgia, 7 mile an hour winds blowing from the right to the left. And looking at the pitcher stats here, Bryce Edler this year is a 4.5 ERA, a 1.40 WHIP, a 6.3 strikeouts per nine, 16% strikeout rate, 4.5 walks per 9 innings, a 233 BABIP, 606 FIP, and a 4.83 SIERA. When we look at Jesus Luzardo, he doesn't have as good of an ERA, 4.82 compared to the 4.5, but a 1.29 WHIP, 14.46 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is 38% of the batters he's faced. 2.89 walks per 9 innings, a 409 BABIP though, 0.81 FIP, and a 2.11 SIERA. And those are the two things that caught my eye when I was looking at this game, is that I think actually Jesus Luzardo is the better overall pitcher in this game. And the Marlins have the pitching advantage when you look at the advanced stats here. And I think the bullpen advantage does go to the Atlanta Braves in this one, obviously. And you guys know how much I love the Miami Marlins this year. Their lineup doesn't look terrible. Jesus Sanchez is hitting 356. Joey Wendell. I love Joey Wendell. I liked him with Tampa Bay last year. I liked him with Miami this year. He's always one of those sneaky guys that plays for those under noticed teams, like those under the radar teams. And and then Jazz Chisholm. I really like that guy as well. I'm going to go with the Marlins here in the first 5 innings at minus 110. That's where I end up going in this game. I think we see I think we can see them get off to a decent start. I'm looking to back Jesus Luzardo in this spot, so that's where I went with this game.
That's fair. I'm going to be backing the Miami Marlins a decent chunk this year, probably 2 out of every 5 games, and that's when Pablo Lopez is on the mound, and that's when Sandy Alcantara is on the mound.
I don't mind Luzardo, though.
For right now, I'm staying away from Luzardo. I think he could be a bet-on pitcher in the future. He had a good start against the Angels, 1 run, 2 hits in 5 innings. A little bit of a rough game against St. Louis, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 4 1/3. I don't mind Jesus Luzardo. He's just not one of the Marlin pitchers I want to back. If he starts having a little bit more consistent starts, he could very well be added to the list. But this is a spot that I just passed on right now. Maybe, and this is another one of those situations, maybe lean towards the under. Especially that we got a 9-7 game last night, a 16-run game. I feel like this is an under or nothing for me, but I chose nothing in this game.
Fair enough.
There you go.
You don't have to bet on every game.
Hey, what up? Hey, what's up, Twins? It's Francisco from Chicago. Weather predicts here is rain for the Cubs game. Go under. I lost 6 units yesterday and got the Rona. I'd say I'm doing pretty well. There you go. Lean 8.5. Yeah, why not? Why not go under in the Marlins game? Are you guys doing NBA playoffs? Yes, I got one play today. I like the Pelicans. I'm liking today's card, looking to keep the winnings rolling. Let's get it, Terry. Let's get it. Good morning, you beautiful men. Good morning, Churnsey. Kidding. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. Speaking of teams going for sweeps.
Yeah, we have the San Francisco Giants. They're at the Washington Nationals in this one here. The Giants are on minus 200 favorites in this game, a total of 8 in this spot. Logan Webb and Joan Dawn is your pitching matchup here. 1% chance of rain. It is sunny in Washington, D.C. today, 77 degrees with 5-mile-an-hour winds. Doesn't say where it's blowing. Looking at the starting pitching matchup here, major starting and pitching advantage for the San Francisco Giants. But Jonah Don, a 5.87 ERA this year, 1.63 WHIP, 7.63 strikeouts per 9 innings with an 18% strikeout rate, 5.28 walks per 9, so it's kind of high there. We have 289 BABIP, a 586 FIP, and a 4.84 Sierra. On the other side, Logan Webb, a 2.55 ERA, 1.08 WHIP, 5.6 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is a 16% strikeout rate, 204 walks per 9, a 286 BABIP, a 249 FIP, and a 3.54 Sierra. And kind of when I'm looking at breaking down these pitchers, I look for the FIP and the Sierra. Those are the two main stats I look at when it comes to comparing two pitchers, because ERA can be deceiving at times and other stuff can be deceiving at times. Those are like the more advanced metrics that I like to look at. And it shows me that Logan Webb has a decent advantage in this one here. And I think the lineup advantage goes to those San Francisco Giants as well. The way they've been hitting this year. They've not been hitting great, but I mean, the Nationals are Juan Soto, and that's about it this year. So for me in this spot here, it's a nice little double up. Going for a sweep. First 5 full game run lines with the Giants here. First 5 run line minus 130, full game run line minus 135 for the San Francisco Giants for me.
Yeah, this is another game I didn't touch. It would definitely be a lean towards the the Giants. But this is not at 135. If I'm gonna lay a run line, I want it to be 115, 110 at the most. So if I'm grabbing a run line, I don't want to be laying 135 juice, because that's kind of almost my limit in general is 135, 140 area. And I don't want to be laying that on a run line. Should the Giants win this game? Yeah, they very well should. If anything, it's a lean towards the under in this game. I don't think Washington puts up any runs, and they really haven't lately. In their last couple of games, 2 runs, 1 run, 3 runs, 2 runs, 1 run. So last 5 games, they put up all of 9 runs. Is that right? Yep, 9 runs. So if anything, it's leaning towards the under in this game. The only thing that's keeping me off of it is I could see the Giants going for and breaking that by themselves. But I'm not touching this game.
That's fair.
Go back to the chat. They're saying hi. Turnsy is a mod too. I thought I was special.
You are special.
You are special. But I believe one time you threatened to put him in timeout, so I made him mod. Plus, yeah. I mean, it's Turnsy. So I'm asking, how is your record so far in the NBA playoffs? We understand you, Francisco. It's been very wonky. The last couple of days have been great. The opening couple of days sucked. So probably a little bit under right now, but we'll see how that one goes. Yay, friends. Yes. Nathan. Giants run line. I could see that. Giants money line, a great parlay piece. I'll agree with that one. You are special, Terry.
Yeah, but first, Tim, before we agree with it being a parlay piece, us as Earle Sports Bets do not condone parlays. Bet parlays at your own risk. All right, sorry.
Full fade on Washington first 5 and full game run line.
Yeah, he's fading Washington, taking the first 5 and full game run line on the Giants.
Heard. Don't upset us, Giants. We have all the input when we get to the NHL. There you go.
There you go.
We'll go to this game now, Nick.
Yeah, the St. Louis Cardinals are at the Cincinnati Reds in this one here. Cardinals are on minus 145 road favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Looking at the specifics here, 0% chance of rain. It's 79 degrees and mostly sunny here in Cincinnati, Ohio. 14-mile-an-hour winds blowing from the right to the left, now. So, okay. Nick Lodolo and Adam Wainwright are your starting pitchers. Lodolo a rookie this year has an 8 ERA, a 2 whip, 12 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is 26% of the batters, 5 walks per 9, a 400 BABIP, a 7.06 FIP, and a 3.29 SIERA. On the other side, Adam Wainwright, 2.81 ERA, a 1.38 whip, 10.69 strikeouts per 9, 28% strikeout rate, 2.25 walks per 9, a 372 BABIP, 3.06 FIP, and a 2.78 SIERA. And the bullpen advantage does go towards the St. Louis Cardinals in this one. The only reason why I mentioned bullpen advantages is when I play a side, and it kind of gives me the reasoning behind a first 5 or a full game. I took the full game run line here with the St. Louis Cardinals in this one here. I got it at even money. It's around plus 110 now, so I actually did not beat the line movement there. I like this Cardinals lineup a little bit from Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's not been hitting great this year, 146 average, but O'Neill, Arenado, Pujols, Edman, De Jong, I like this lineup here, and it's safe to say that this Reds team cannot hit. They have, I think, one of the lowest team ERAs. The one that's hitting the best is Kyle Farmer at 289. And this is a team that struggles to score runs. So I just took the run line here with the Cardinals. I lean towards a team total under with the Reds as well. I didn't get around to betting that, but I would lean that way as well. But for me, Cardinals run line here. So I look to complete the sweep against a Reds team that knows how to grab defeat out of the hands of victory.
Yeah, for this one, I was kind of tossed. I was kind of tossed up between. Am I going to go St. Louis run line or the under? And I ended up choosing the Cardinals run line. The Cincinnati Reds, I know you mentioned something about their batting average. They've got the lowest team batting average in the MLB by a 10. They have a 180 batting average from a team. Arizona's got a 190, and they're the second worst. The Cincinnati team cannot hit. And if they couldn't hit against Steven Matz and Dakota Hudson, what makes you think they're going to do anything against Adam Wainwright? I think that Cincinnati gets shut down. Main reason why I chose the run line over the under is St. Louis could easily put up 9 runs by themselves today. Or it could be like a 7-2 type game and go over and the run line hits. I feel like the safer bet in this one is going St. Louis to win by 2 rather than the under, which is crazy to say because Cincinnati has been an under machine. The only times that this team has gone over, because San Diego pushed it over, because the Dodgers pushed it over, and Cleveland pushed it over. This Cincinnati team is not scoring, and I think that Nathan sums it up nicely. Reds, 10 games straight, under 4. Jump on the wagon. They're not going to score. They haven't been all year. So what makes you think they're going to start scoring now? I'm taking the Cardinals on the run line. I almost doubled down on this one and took the under as well, but I just chose Cardinals run line for this game, Nick.
I like it. I'm on the same page there. I look to complete the sweep.
Run lines versus Reds have gained me at least 7 units this year. Sad to say as a Reds fan. Hey, Reds got rid of their entire team. So there you go. And Wainwright we trust. Yes, and Wainwright we trust. Cardinals on the run line. Oh, man, Wainwright been doing pretty well. Yeah, he had one bad-ish game against the Marlins. That's it.
And I think we backed the Marlins that game too. So
yeah, always fade a rookie pitcher versus a veteran. Be careful with that. Took the Cardinals run line too. They've been good to me lately. Yes. All right, here we go. Terry's on Colorado first 5, Cleveland first 5, Toronto money line, Dodgers, St. Louis, San Diego first 5 under 3.5, Mets first 5 under 4.5, Milwaukee money line, and a 3-team parlay between San Fran, Seattle, and St. Louis. There you go. Opinions on the Rangers and the Blue Jays to win.
No.
We'll get Rangers. I'm going to say no. Rangers, I would say yes. And the only reason why I would say that is because Oakland hasn't been doing anything. Blue Jays we'll get into in a minute. Let's go Wild Picks. Don't give out that gold. Have them tune into you. There is no show today. It's Sunday. Yeah, there you go. Toronto going for the sweep. Yep. Okay, that's yeah. And it's Cleveland first 5 plus and a half not money line. All right, cool. Didn't know you had a show. What's the name? He has Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Terry, put the link in the chat. Supness brunch parfait. A little bit of yogurt with granola. Now, Lex, I have my parlays ready to go. I'll send them to you in a minute. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, and who do you call it's been a bad influence on you there, Tim? You need to get right. Get away from those. You need to get away from those parlays. Damn it! All right. Sorry. We had the Minnesota Twins hosting the Chicago White Sox. Also, the White Sox are struggling right now, losing 6 straight games. We're seeing the White Sox as minus 125 road favorites. Total of 7.5 in this game. Lucas Giolito and Chris Archer's your pitching matchup here. A 14% chance of rain, 48 degrees and cloudy in Minnesota today with 17-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. We have Lucas Giolito and Chris Archer, your expected pitchers. Archer's confirmed. We are not confirmed on Lucas Giolito, though. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, it feels weird because usually when I said something's not confirmed yet, that's usually just starting goalies. 2.13, 2.16 ERA, 1.08 WHIP, an 8.64 strikeouts per 9, 24% strikeout rate, 3.24 walks per 9, a 227 BABIP, 378 FIP, and a 381 Sierra for Chris Archer. On the other side, Lucas Giolito is 0 ERA, a 0.75 WHIP, 13.5 strikeouts per 9, which is a 40% strikeout rate, 4.5 walks per 9, 143 BABIP, a 156 FIP, and a 284 Sierra. Looking at this, the White Sox do have the pitching advantage. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how much I trust Lucas Giolito coming in off that injury. And we've seen that this White Sox team has been struggling a little bit as of late. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Twins in the first 5 innings at minus 110 here to just win the first 5. I can see potentially the White Sox winning this thing full game, but I think the Twins can take this first 5. Try to fade Giolito a little bit, even though his stats are better. Look to take them here. And plus, as Turnsey mentioned, the White Sox are beat up and injured. I said in the group chat yesterday that the White Sox are going to be the New York Mets this year, where they have tons of potential World Series contenders and half their team's getting injured before May. So it's very unfortunate for the White Sox this year because I did have high expectations, and it looks like they lost Eloy Jimenez for a decent amount of time yesterday as well. So I took the Twins in the first 5 innings in this spot.
There you go. I would be leaning towards the Twins to finish off the sweep. It's kind of Chicago. I feel they had. I mean, it's still early. It's still very early, but they're not off to a good season. Not off to a good start. It happens. They'll figure it out, and they'll end up winning the division. I'm pretty sure they will. But for this one, it's a lean towards the Minnesota Twins at home. I would be all right with leaning towards a under as well, especially if it's Giolito. I think Giolito can bounce back against a Minnesota team that, besides yesterday, has not been hitting all that well. And then Chicago hasn't been doing anything on offense either. So it'd be a lean towards the under, lean towards Minnesota. Ultimately, I got to Zippo in this game, so nothing in this one. Here you go. Here's the link to Terry and Friends. Go ahead, check him out. Tell the for sure picks. We have them in the scroller of everything that we bet is in the scroller. Yep, we saw that. White Sox have injuries. Yes, they do. Plenty of them. Just subscribe. There you go. Players hurt. Yep. Take Twins. Team total over. I wouldn't mind that one. Same here. I'm tuning into the shows. There you go. I'm on the Dodgers run line. No. Mets run line. Sure. Giants run line. Sure. Who's most likely to win today? Cardinals, Brewers, Golden Knights, Tampa Bay Bandits.
I don't know anything about the Bandits, so I'm not going to comment on that. I like a total more than anything in the Golden Knights game. I'm going to say
Cardinals. Cardinals would, but let's go quickly look. Bandits are minus 150 versus the New Orleans Breakers. I don't know.
I don't know anything about the USFL.
Stallions won yesterday, so let's get it. But no, I'm not interested in that game. Cardinals, if anything. Kind of feeling Orioles plus 165 to finish off the sweep. They lost yesterday.
No, they did? No, they didn't. Did they?
No.
No.
They didn't lose yesterday?
I don't think so.
I'm looking that up real quick.
I thought they're going for the sweep.
Yeah, never mind. Oreos won yesterday.
The Oreos won?
Yep.
Did they dip them in milk?
5-4. Dipped them in milk. They're going for the sweep. Do you have a method to pick between a sweep or the last game upset? Yes. I just look at the game and figure out which one I like. Like this game. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the Houston Astros are hosting the Toronto Blue Jays in this one. The Astros are on minus 125 home favorites, a total of 8.5 in this game. This line has moved a little bit since I bet it last night, and it's not moved in the right direction for me, so that's kind of annoying. Looking at the specifics in this one, I believe Houston's a dome. Yeah, it's a dome. So looking at the pitchers then, and we still don't have I don't have Luis Garcia's actual stats because it's still feeding me Luis Garcia from the Padres stats. That is annoying. Yusei Kikuchi is on the mound, though, for Toronto, a 3.24 ERA, a 1.56 whip, a 5.4 strikeout per nine, a 14% strikeout rate, 5.4 walks per nine, 269 BABIP, a 522 FIP, and a 503 SIERA. And if there's one pitcher I'm looking to fade specifically on the Toronto Blue Jays, if you gave me one pitcher to do that with, it's Yusei Kikuchi. I don't like the way this guy is pitching this year. And his FIP up above 5 and his SIERA up above 5 as well. I think this is a spot here where the Astros can get their bats going against him because they do have a decent amount of good right-handed bats on that lineup. I think Pena and Bregman and Gurriel will be able to get to Yusei Kikuchi here. Let me get Kikuchi's stats off of I won't have all his good stats though. 3.24 ERA, a 1.56 whip. Actually, I can get his stats up here through the starting pitcher tab. He's to 273 here. I'm just going down. There we go. Luis Garcia. Looks like a 2.79 ERA, a 2.67. No, I can't. 0.93 whip. I believe a 279 FIP, a 464 SIERA, or 4.4 SIERA. So he does have better stats than Yusei Kikuchi as well. So I'm going to look to fade Kikuchi in this spot, and I see a bullpen advantage with the Houston Astros in this spot. So I took the Astros full game money line in this one. So Astros to avoid the sweep against look to avoid the sweep against the Astros or against the Blue Jays here. Astros money line to end the series.
I don't defend Toronto Blue Jays pitching all that often. Kikuchi's been good. I know he's allowed some walks. He's allowed 5 walks in his 8 innings of work, which is not good. But in both games, he's allowed to combine 3 earned runs in 8 innings with 8 hits. He's not doing terrible, and that's against a Yankee team and a Boston lineup. I know he lost both games, but look at the run support that he's received during those games. In those 2 games combined, 1 run of support. You're not going to win games like that. It's not fading Kikuchi. You're more fading the Toronto offense in that case because for whatever reason, they don't give him run support. I'm on the under again. I think you get a good pitching performance from both of these pitchers, and these offenses have been struggling. That's just the case. These offenses have not been playing all that well, and I like Kikuchi. I like Garcia. I think both of them have solid starts today. I'm going under. It's an 8.5. I got it at even money. I think this is going to be another one of those 3-2 or 4-3 type games. Who wins? I don't care. I just think this one's going under.
That's fair.
There you go. No, they have beat the Angels 6 straight. Oh, there you go. Liking some run lines today. St. Louis, Seattle, Mets. Yes, we love all three of them. I have all three of those bet. Under 8.5 again. Yes. What's up, guys? Great show, guys. Appreciate it. Definitely on the fade Kikuchi. Why? That doesn't make sense. I know he lost his first 2 games, but he got 1 run support. Cardinals, 5K bet. Good luck. I like the Cardinals too today. Kikuchi looked great in his last game against Boston when he was supposed to fail. He threw his fastball a lot last start. It was successful. It was.
We trust him to put 2 together.
I think Chicago. He's put 2 together. He's looking to put 3 together. I think Chicago bounces back after Gio pitches. Good luck. I didn't bet that game. Astros first 5 run line is plus 105. I'm not gonna say no to it. Jays have the best pitching coach in base. Easy. Pete Walker is a genius. He can work his magic. That's a little biased. I don't think that's true. I think Cleveland has a better coach. Cleveland's pitching.
Cleveland has the best pitching development in baseball. Like, if there's one thing we can rely on the Cleveland baseball team, it's to produce pitching. That's all we see them do. And San Francisco is another one. They're very good at doing that.
Under is 1-9 or 9-1 for the Jays as 100 to 120 road underdogs. Give me under 8.5. That is a weird stat, but I don't mind it. Astros on a slide. They're not looking good. Jays are a scrappy team, 5 wins to win. There you go. Quick tennis play. There you go. Good luck, everybody, if you're betting that one. Jays at plus money again. I'm just taking the under. Taking the A's at plus 100. What do you think? No. Who is playing? And the only reason why I say no is their offense is garbage right now. Astros are the 5th best at not scoring runs. They have a 203 team batting average. Yeah, I like the under. Cardinals money. Tim, look what he did to Ray. That's fine.
Do we need to start looking at the pitchers that Cleveland's developed? I'm
not saying that he's not good. I'm just saying that there's other coaches that are better in baseball. And I'm not saying the Mets guy by any stretch of the imagination. I love it. No. There you go. Ray was horrible until he went to Toronto, and he's still good.
Robbie Ray was a serviceable pitcher, and then he had a career year with the Blue Jays last year.
Rez the guy is a beast. Okay. Tailing that. Predators money line. We'll get into hockey in a little bit. Nick might end up running hockey by himself again today.
Okay.
It's already 11:15, and we still got a bunch left to go.
We get the Cubbies here. They're hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates in this next game. The Cubbies are on minus 160 home favorites. We have a total of 9.5 in this game. That should tell you what you need to know about this one here. JT Brubaker, Justin Steele is your projected pitching matchup here. 58% chance of rain, so be careful with this game. But 64 degrees in Chicago, Illinois, and the 9.5 total, which means you know where the wind's blowing, right, Tim? It's blowing 15-mile-an-hour winds out. So for me, it's a lean towards an over. Yes, I know it finished 21-0 yesterday, but there was similar situations to this. And looking at the pitchers here, everybody loves J2 Brubaker for whatever reason. 7.3 ERA, 1.62 whip, of 9.49 strikeouts per 9, and a 22% strikeout rate, 6.57 walks per 9 innings, 257 BABIP, a 525 FIP, a 503 or 525 FIP, a 481 Sierra. On the other side, Justin Steele, not that great either. 4.5 ERA, 1.50 whip, 7.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, 19% strikeout rate, 4.5 walks per 9, 314 BABIP with a 397 FIP and a 439 Sierra. I lean towards the Cubbies here in this spot. I lean towards an over, back to what happened yesterday. But I'm not going to be betting this game, and I think this game may get rained out.
That's fair. Hold on. There you go. I would be on the under in this game. And the main reason why is you just saw 20 runs yesterday. That's the main thing is I don't see as many runs as we got yesterday. Yes, there's winds blowing out. But with the chance of rain, that's really going to kind of slow that down. If this game happens, it would be lean towards the under. But I'm not going to get involved in many Cubs games this year, especially ones at Wrigley Field, because I don't like betting on baseball is tough enough. I'm not trying to deal with the weather and the wind and all that crap.
That's what makes it fun.
Oh yeah, it makes it fun, but I want to make money. So
I know, I'm joking.
But I'm going to be passing on this game. So nothing with this one. No, we need Tim's insights. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, I sent you the link. You could hop on for hockey with Nick. I'll stay until about 11:55ish, and then I gotta hop on with Higgs because that's my other. I get paid to do that, so I gotta get that.
You get paid to do this here too. Thank you, AdSense.
Yep. But I get a paycheck from Picks and Parleys in order to. No, okay. Okay, more hockey talk. Kyle, what's the 5K bet? On the Cardinals. Cardinals. Back to that.
Tit sucks. No, it does. No, they don't. I mean, oh, you're talking about a hockey player. Never
mind. Lean Pirates over the Cubbies. You know what? That might be the players to go Pirates at plus money after they got beat by 3 touchdowns. That would be the play.
That would be the play.
It's cool. I know. Cardinals minus 140. Also like the Giants and the White Sox. There you go. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to keep going here. And this one's an interesting one for me here, Tim. The LA Angels, they're hosting the Baltimore Orioles. The Angels are minus 190 home favorites, a total of 9 in this one. And I've cashed back-to-back first 5 unders in this game, and I didn't go to a first 500 in this game. Looking at the specifics in this one here, we have a 0% chance of rain, 86 degrees in sunny California, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing in too. So decent conditions for pitching. The only problem is the pitchers. Jose Suarez, 5.19 ERA, a 1.62 WHIP, 5.19 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is a 19% or it's a 13% strikeout rate, 7.27 walks per 9, so a very high walk rate for him as well. 231 BABIP, a 583 FIP, and a 649 SIERA. That is the worst SIERA out of any starting pitcher on the slate. Chris Ellis has that pretty 0 ERA, a 162 WHIP, though a 4.15 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is only 10% of the batters. 6.23 walks per 9, 267 BABIP, a 421 FIP, and a 599 SIERA. No under here with 2 pitchers with a 5.99, a 6.49 SIERA for me. And one thing that we did notice is these Baltimore Orioles are going for the sweep. Now, I'm not going to back them full game here. I'm not going to back the Orioles to win this game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the Orioles, give me 4 runs. Give me 4 runs against Jose Suarez and this bullpen for the Angels in this spot. Just do that team total over 3.5 with the O's for me here to and then potentially to complete the sweep.
Yeah, I know not good pitchers. But I can't look towards an over on a team that's gone 1-12-2 over under this year. In 15 games, I've gone over the total once. That's not something I could really trust. And Baltimore is one of the worst hitting teams. I believe they have the 4th worst team batting average. And they're averaging the least amount of runs per game at 2.53. It'd be a lean towards the under, because I want to continue to follow the trend. The reason why I'm not is I don't trust the pitchers. I know, both pitchers, not good SIERAs. That's the only thing that kept me off of the under in this game. Because Baltimore has been a under machine. I kind of lean under, but I ultimately didn't get to this game either. So nothing between Baltimore and LA for me.
That's
You're
totally
looking
fair.
at the Nerfy. Okay. And then more tennis talk. We'll let you guys just talk tennis. I'm not going to pull up each comment about tennis. We'll go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, the Oakland Athletics, they're hosting the Texas Rangers in this game. Round pick 'em here, -110 for the Athletics, a total of 7.5 in this game. Looking at this, the specifics in this one here, 0% chance of rain, 66 degrees in Oakland today, 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. Looking at the pitcher stats here, Cole Irving, 4.32 ERA, a 1.26 whip, 5.40 strikeouts per 9, which is a 14% strikeout rate. 1.62 walks per 9, a 264 BABIP, a 570 FIP though, and a 4.16 Sierra. On the other side, Spencer Howard, 18 ERA, 2 WHIP, 15 strikeouts per 9 innings though, which is a 33% strikeout rate. No walks. You have to walk about it, but 333 BABIP, 1706 FIP. That was the worst on the slate, needless to say. And a 1.95 Sierra though. So his Sierra is really good. I stayed off this game completely. I want nothing to do with this. Pass.
Yeah, if anything, it's leaning towards Texas. I've got two different pitchers depending on what side I look at. Covers has Spencer Howard. RotoWire says Spencer Howard. My book says Garrett Richards. I
think that's
I can't.
I have no idea. I think Spencer Howard's gonna be the primary reliever.
Okay, I'm not touching this game. I'm not
Me
getting
neither.
involved in it. This one's weird. No, thank you. Lean towards an under because Oakland's offense is garbage. But because there's so many confusing things with pitchers and stuff, I'm staying away from this game.
You can just list action too.
I could, but I'm not going to. All these walks could end up in an over. It requires the Oakland Athletics to score runs to get an over. I don't see it happening.
I think he was talking about the last game, the Angels game.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm not worrying about it. I'm waiting for the Rangers plus money, then I'll jump. There you go. It says Garrett Richards. Yeah, I think he's the opener or something. We got 4 more baseball games, Nick.
Yeah, the Seattle Mariners and the Kansas City Royals are up next. -190 for the Mariners, a total of 8 in this game. Looking at the specifics, it's a dome. Robbie Ray and Carlos Hernandez is your starting pitching matchup here. Looking at the pitcher stats, Robbie Ray, a 4.19 ERA, a 1.24 WHIP, 6.05 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is a 17% strikeout rate, 3.26 walks per 9, a 241 BABIP, a 5.7 FIP, and a 4.16 Sierra. On the other, 5.64 FIP, a 4.57 Sierra. I was reading off Cole Irving's FIP and Sierra there. Carlos Hernandez, my bad. 4.27 ERA, a 1.96 WHIP, a 1.04 strikeouts per 9, which is only 2% of the batter, which is the worst on the slate. 3.12 walks per 9, a 361 BABIP, a 536 FIP, and a 594 Sierra. Looking at this spot for me here, it's a lean towards the Mariners on the run line. I'm probably going to add that later in the day. I think that's the only game I have written down here that I haven't gotten around to bet yet. But I'm gonna probably go with the Mariners run line in this spot, expecting them to take care of business in this game and beat up a little bit on Carlos Hernandez. May look back at the Mariners team total again because that one hit in like the second inning last night for me. That's my lean, but I'm gonna look at Mariners run line.
Yeah, it's got to be Mariners run line or nothing for me. Kansas City has looked. I was high on them. Hey, they scored some runs yesterday, which is a little bit positive to see some offense. But yeah, they haven't really been doing much. Robbie Ray 100% has the pitching advantage over Carlos Hernandez. Robbie Ray, good start to the year. Minus that Chicago White Sox game. I'll say minus that Chicago White Sox game. Take that one out. He's pitched 13 innings, of 3 earned runs on 7 hits. So pretty solid for that one. I think he has another solid game today. I like Robbie Ray. I was high on him last year. I'm high on him again this year. I took Seattle on the run line. I think they get the job done. And I think that's it would be finishing off a sweep versus Kansas City. So, yeah, give me Seattle Mariners. I believe. Let's see. Yep, Seattle Mariners are now first place in the American League West, exactly where I want them to be. So there you go. Give me some Seattle Mariner action today for this game. Boom.
Like it.
Lean under 7.5. I believe that's with the Kansas City game. I could see it. Nerfy and the Guardians and the Yankees are best bets in that one, so I'm not going to talk about that game. You got Richards. Love the M's here. Would lean the under. Yeah, I would lean under and M's run line. Cleveland over. Good luck. That's another tennis pick. 3 games left in the MLB, Nick.
All right. Yeah, the LA Dodgers are at the San Diego Padres here. The Dodgers are minus 145 road favorites with a total of 7 in this game. We have Clayton Kershaw and Sean Manaea. Your pitching matchup here, 0% chance of rain today, 79 degrees in sunny San Diego, California, 9 miles an hour wind blowing from the left to the right. Sean Manaea, 1.24 ERA, 0.79 whip, 9 strikeouts per 9 innings, 27% strikeout rate at 2.37, walks per 9, a 196 BABIP, 253 FIP, and a 308 Sierra. Looking amazing this year. But then you look at the pitcher he's going up against, and he's putting up even better numbers. 3 ERA, but a 0.5 whip, 15 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is a 48% strikeout rate. Yes, I know most of that's from that perfect game. No walks given up so far this season, a 200 BABIP, a 1.89 FIP, and a 0.63 Sierra, which is the best on the slate today. The Dodgers with a major bullpen advantage, a 2.16 bullpen Sierra compared to a 3.08, and a 2.47 bullpen FIP compared to a 4.07 FIP for the Padres bullpen. I know it lost yesterday, but I'm going to go right back to them. Off a loss, I think the Dodgers are dangerous today. I think a major pitching advantage towards Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers, a bullpen advantage towards the Dodgers, a lineup advantage towards the Dodgers. I'm on the Dodgers run line once again here, and I'm getting nice plus money at plus 115 to back them. So give me the Dodgers minus the 1.5 at plus 115 here.
I lean towards Manaea and the Padres. I know you're all deep into the Dodger run line trend.
I mean, it's one of the most profitable trends in baseball so far this year, so it makes sense.
Good for you. You want a cookie? I got some Oreos right here. I like the Padres.
We're good.
I like the Padres. I didn't bet it, but I'm getting them at plus money. And if you want to lay a little bit of juice, you can get the Padres plus a 1.5 at minus 135. And that's just saying that this is going to be a close game. I don't think this is going to be a run line game for either team. And we saw it yesterday. We saw it the day before until the 8th inning or something, and the game got broken open a little bit. I don't see that happening today. I like Sean Manaea. He's had a solid start to the year. 19 innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 10 hits. One of those games he lost because the Padres only scored 2 runs. Other than that, Sean Manaea has been really strong this year. Yes, so has Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw has 4 earned runs, 6 hits, and 12 innings. This is 100% a spot that I could see the under. But I'm not doing a 7. I'm not doing a 7 under with the Dodgers and the Padres because I could easily see this one accidentally getting over. You can see these 2 pitchers go 6 innings each, giving up 2 runs. All of a sudden, bullpens come in, and this game finishes 5-4, 6-4, something in that nature, 6-5. I like the Padres in this game. I just did not bet it. So
that's fair.
It happens. Seattle under 8. I could see it. I have a future on the Dodgers and Mariners in the World Series. How do you feel about that? I like the Mariners. Dodgers will find a way to choke. I like it, but I took money line. Oh, that's something else. Good luck, bro. Yep. I really like Manaea this season. I'm off the Dodger train for this one. I would lean towards the plus money with San Diego as well. Manaea due for regression. Check ERA versus hero. Yeah. So is Clayton Kershaw.
No, he's not. 3 ERA compared to a .63 Sierra. That's telling me he should be even better than his ERA says.
Cleveland over. Our best bets in that game. I'm not talking about it. I know you commented on it earlier. Stay off coin flip. And if you're going to take a coin flip, it's the plus money. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, the New York Mets here. This is the second to last game, and then we have Sunday Night Baseball to close it out. Madison Bumgarner, Taylor McGill. Mets minus 165 road favorites. Total 8.5 in this game. It's a dome there at Chase Field in Arizona. And we look at Madison Bumgarner this year, 1.38 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. So he's looked good. 6.23 strikeouts per 9, 16% strikeout rate. 6.92 walks per 9, though. His walks are kind of high. 189 BABIP, a 489 FIP, and a 6.03 Sierra. Not good for Madison Bumgarner. Even though he has that nice, pretty ERA, he's not been that good. Taylor McGill, 2.2 ERA, a 0.92 WHIP, 8.27 strikeouts per 9. He's struck out 24% of his batters, only walked 1.1 per 9. 267 BABIP, a 238 FIP, and a 276 Sierra. The Mets have the bullpen advantage in this one as well, a 2.91 bullpen Sierra compared to a 4.62 for the Diamondbacks. I am on the Mets on the run line at even money. Don't sleep on Taylor McGill. I said this heading into the season. He wasn't supposed to be part of the starting lineup, but I think he may have pitched himself into the starting lineup, especially with Tajon Walker not in right now. And this Mets rotation has been the best in baseball. And the crazy thing is, Tim, number 48's got to throw a pitch for them this year. Imagine when DeGrom is back and pitching for the Mets, this team's going to be unstoppable pitching-wise. And they're going to be the best team in baseball like they are right now, but even better. So I'm going to take the Mets on the run line here. This is a spot where I think the Mets have a major pitching advantage, a lineup advantage, a bullpen advantage, and everything advantage. The only thing the Diamondbacks have going for them is they're at home, which is that really much of an advantage? Because I think when we look at Diamondback home games, it's kind of like looking at Coyote home games where more than half the arena or more than half the stadium is the opposing team's fans because Arizona doesn't care. So give me the Mets on the run line here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see any updates on DeGrom, and I don't see any updates on him. But yeah, I'm on the Mets run line as well. The Mets, they're not losing 2 in a row to the Diamondbacks. McGill has been solid. Madison Bumgarner, since going to the Diamondbacks, does not have good numbers against the Mets, and that was a poor hitting Mets team like the last couple of years, and he did not pitch well against them. I don't see Bumgarner having a good start today. He's been good this year. I will say that he's been good this year. A 1.38 ERA, allowing 2 earned runs on 8 hits in 13 innings pitched. Granted, they were against They were against San Diego, which was not hitting well. They were against Houston, which is one of the bottom 3 team batting average teams in the league, and against Washington. And Washington ended up winning that game. This is a Mets spot. I think the Mets win this game 6-2, something in that range. So Mets run line in this game. Gonna keep running with that.
I like it.
We have our best bet in that game. We're not talking about the Cleveland Yankee game. Mets against Diamondbacks. Give me the Mets. Yeah. McGill got hit way too much last showing. That was against a San Francisco team, and he got hit the first 2 innings and then settled down and pitched 6 solid or 4 solid innings after that. I'm not worried about McGill. And freaking Arizona's offense is garbage. So, all right, Nick, how about some Sunday night baseball?
Yeah, we head to the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Phillies are hosting the Milwaukee Brewers in this one here. We're seeing the Phillies around -165 home favorites, total of 7.5. No chance of rain tonight, 0%. 61 degrees in Philly with 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing from the left to from the right to the left. Looking at some pitcher stats here, Earle is a 5.52 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 9.82 strikeouts per nine with a 26% strikeout rate, 2.45 walks per nine, a 257 BABIP, and 257 BABIP, 585 FIP, and a 2.77 Sierra. On the other side, Eric Lauer, a 3.48 ERA, a 1.06 WHIP, 8.71 strikeouts per nine, 23 strikeout percentage, 2.61 walks per nine with a 214 BABIP, a 451 FIP, and a 3.86 Sierra. I'm staying off this game. I passed on this one here. It'd be a lean towards Philly, I guess, if I had to go anywhere, but I'm not going to be betting this game.
Yeah, that's another game. I did not bet Sunday night baseball. So the last game I'm going to have to worry about is a basketball game. This is just not a game I was interested in. It would be a lean towards Philadelphia. I like Aaron Nola. It would have to be a run line because it's a 165, 170 line. I just couldn't pull the trigger because Milwaukee is a good, solid pitching team. Eric Lauer, I think he could have a solid start. So this is a spot where I pass on the game. It would be a lean maybe towards an under and a lean towards Philly run line. So that would be my only two spots in this game. Pass on the night game, correct.
Yep.
Way to go, Mets lose to Arizona twice. No, they're not. They've only, in what, 5 games? 6 games?
Yeah.
5 games? 6 games. 6 games. Nerfy, Brewers. Sure. I don't bet Nerfies, though. Phillies 11-2 straight up on this spot. I would lean towards Philly. Happily took the Brewers. Okay.
Philly first 5. If you're looking to bet Philly first 5.
We'll go from one Milwaukee team to another, Nick.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks are at the Chicago Bulls in this one here. Sam, the Bucks are 4.5-point road favorites with a total of 219 in this game. What's your thoughts on this one? This is the only NBA game that I bet today, and I've been very selective in the NBA.
Yes, we're into the NBA playoffs now, and I have one play on today's card. Not a pretty card for me. Milwaukee's a 4.5-point favorite in this game. We just saw what happened. And Milwaukee went and won by 30 in the last game. Do the Bulls come out motivated? And I feel like this would have been a spot that I probably went Bulls. Because I kind of took the same approach to the Suns game later that I did last time. Game 3, I took the Bucks. It was the first game without Middleton. Second game without Middleton, I'd probably lean towards the Bulls. I feel like the stronger play in this one, stronger lean in this one is towards the under, just because the Bulls can't freaking score. But this is a game that it's under or nothing for me. Maybe a lean towards the Bulls as well, but I chose not to get involved in this game.
Yeah, this is the only game I did bet, and one of the main reasons is it did fall into my little bit of a betting system I've had a little bit with the NBA playoffs, which has been pretty decent so far. And I looked to back teams that lose by 12.5 or more against the spread in the previous game, and the Bulls emphatically checked that box. They lost against the spread in their last game by 27.5 points. Yeah, I'm totally looking to back them here in this spot. Because one thing I noticed is, you notice after that 27.5 point cover by the Bucks, you see what this line is now, right? It's 4.5. When heading into game 3 without Middleton, the first game without Middleton, it was only 2.5.
Yep.
So we're getting 2 points better of line value here in this spot. So I'm going to take the Bulls here plus 4.5. I'm not going to say sprinkle the money line. I think probably the Bucks cover, or the Bucks win, but the Bulls cover. I think this is a closer game than people think it'll be. The Bulls are a live dog in this game. I think so. But give me the Bulls plus 4.5 here as my only NBA play today.
Yeah, I just didn't touch this game. So we'll see how this one goes. Back to the chat for just a second, pulling up injuries. Yeah, Chris Middleton's still out. Everybody else should be good to go. Dodgers, best pick. No. Guardians today and Red Sox parlay. What do you think? I like the over in Boston, and the Guardians game has our best bet. 2 underdogs. Good luck. Under Bucks. Yeah, I'd have to be a lean towards the under. Bucks gonna smash the Bulls. I think they're just the better team. They are. Ooh. Bulls are 8-29 against good teams. Man, don't take the Bulls. Sad out. That's fair. I like the Cleveland team total over 2.5. Good luck. I feel the playoff experience coming through hot in this game. Yes. Don't hate the Warriors to sweep. Hey, that's my Nuggets right there. We'll go to that game, though, Nick.
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors are at the Denver Nuggets in this spot here. The Warriors are 4.5-point road favorites, a total of 225 in this game. For me, I'm just looking on covers a little bit at stats with this one here. And tons of trends are actually pointing towards an over in this game. I think I'd lean towards over, maybe Golden State's team total over. I know that you didn't really want to hear anything Golden State wise, but I think Golden State does complete the sweep here. Do they cover 4.5 points? I do not know. I kind of want to look up stats on teams avoiding sweeps in the NBA. What is their ATS record? Because we saw this with the Raptors, where we kind of counted the Raptors out, saying, "Oh, the 76ers are going to sweep them." And I have a feeling the NBA doesn't want sweeps because they want more playoff games. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets win this game. Am I touching this game? No. In our group chat, I may look to go with Andy and probably take a alternative live over in this game if I can get like plus 500 on a really nice total. If it starts a little slow. But other than that, no, I'm not looking to play this game at all. It'd be a lean towards an over for me, if anything, in this game.
Yeah, if anything, it's a lean towards the over. If you want to back Denver, do it in the first quarter.
Yeah,
they're gonna come out desperate, come out hopefully strong in the first quarter, and then from there, Denver's done. I've accepted that. Denver's done this year. They tried to do everything with Jokic. Jokic is a fantastic player. He did everything he could. Unfortunately, when you're only messing with Jokic and then Barton some games, Gordon some games, Morris goes off some games, you can't do much. So I would lean towards an over, lean towards a Denver first quarter. I think this is the last game of Denver's season. I'll wait until next year when they have Porter Jr. and Murray and end up winning the West, end up coming in first place in the West next year. But this Denver team, they had a really strong season without their 2 and 3 highest scoring players. Imagine what they're going to do next year. But their season's over. I've accepted it. I'm not delirious. I'm not going to go crazy. Golden State probably wins this game. So lean towards the over, lean towards Denver first quarter, but did not bet anything in this game besides putting Denver plus 17.5 on one of my parlays.
fair enough.
We'll keep on rolling though, Nick. Oh, yeah, sorry, hold on. Over Nuggets, Curry threes. Sure, why not? There you go. Because Curry makes them from the freaking that or Jordan Poole threes because they can go behind the back from the logo line between their legs and somehow it goes in. So, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Miami Heat are at the Atlanta Hawks in this next game here. -2 or -125 on the money line here for the Heat. Total of 221 in this game. Currently, the Heat lead this series 2-1. Looking to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. The Hawks won by 1 point last game. What's your thoughts on this game?
I would lean towards the Hawks. Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry are both beat up. Both of them are questionable for this game. They'll most likely play because it's the playoffs and everything. The thing is, Atlanta is a really good home team. They're 29-14 this year at home. I could see them winning this one and tying it up. I could see this Miami series going 7 games, and every home team winning every single game. This is going to be a good back and forth series. It would be. I did not get to this one just because I wanted a couple. I wanted like 3.5 for Atlanta. 1.5 is just not enough at this number. It's probably no. I would still be leaning toward Atlanta, but not enough for me to want to go and bet it.
Fair enough.
This Miami game is weird. Lowry isn't confirmed yet. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't mind Atlanta at all. Yeah, me neither. Final game of the night for the NBA, and this one I will have a play in.
Phoenix Suns are at the New Orleans Pelicans in this spot here, Tim. We have the Suns as 2.5-point road favorites, a total of 215 in this game. I got nothing on this one. What are you thinking?
This is the game that grabbed the Pelicans. So when it comes to fading the injury report, last game, Booker, first game out, and the Suns rallied around him. Rallied and picked up the slack. Second game, I'm not too high on it. This is a must-win game for the Pelicans. I mean, it's a must-win game for both teams. It's a playoff game, but this is a kind of a do-or-die type game with Pelicans because, A, they need to win one of these games at home, and B, now they're going to, because they lost in game 3, they're going to have to win a game in Phoenix. Yeah. That's going to be very difficult. I'm taking New Orleans to even up the series tonight. And the only reason why I feel like this series is going to be close is because of Booker being out. I think they were able to do enough in game 3. I don't think they do enough in game 4. I'm taking the Pelicans. I grabbed them at plus 2.5 just to be safe because I could definitely see this game being a 2-point game at the end. So I went and grabbed the Pelicans at plus 2.5. That is my only NBA play on the card.
Fair enough.
Pelicans first half. I could see Pelicans first half for full game, all that good stuff. Terry, if you're still in the chat, if you want to hop into the stream, you can. I'll be here for about one game maybe. And then, Pels money line. Yep, I like that. Because I got about 10 minutes until I got to be over at Higgs' show. So we'll end up. Terry's here. Okay, good.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of, boom. There we go. We got Terry now to help Nick talk some hockey. I'll let you guys talk about this one. I'll introduce the game, and I'm gonna end up bouncing out after this. Carolina Hurricanes are minus 180 favorites in UBS Arena, taking on the Islanders. Total is 6 in this game. Terry, welcome back to the stream, and we'll let you guys have fun with this one. I'll see you guys later. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. East, for another Earle Sports Bet show. I will not press end broadcast like Nick did to me the other day. So you guys have fun. Carolina, New York, enjoy. Go ahead, Terry.
Not much for me in this one. I've been going selective with the NHL and MLB, and things have been working out pretty well for me as of late. So not forcing games, especially this late into the season. Playoffs is right around the corner. Islanders don't really have much to play for here. Carolina's looked better, but still not really themselves. So I'm just playing it safe here. I could see Carolina winning this by 1, and that's why I'm not really backing the Canes. So, this is a pass for me.
Yeah, I can see this as one of those 3-2 type of games that we see from the Hurricanes. And one thing I've noticed with the Hurricanes the last few games is they've all of a sudden become comeback kids because they were down 2-0 against New Jersey and they won that game 3-2. They were down 2-0 against Winnipeg and they won that game 4-2. This is a spot here where looking at what the Islanders have done lately, and I was all over Buffalo yesterday. I was all over the Sabres. And the real telltale sign for me with the Islanders here is their game against the Rangers. It was the first game that after they've been eliminated that I think they would have truly gotten up for, and they laid a complete egg. I think this Islanders team is just playing out the strings the last few games now. And Carolina, they're still playing for something. They're only 2 points in front of the Rangers for that top spot in the Metro. So they still haven't locked up the division yet. I think that with the win today, they may be able to do that. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. I need to look up clinching situations, but they definitely need the 2 points here, the Hurricanes. And I think they get it done in regulation. When we look at what the Islanders have done, they've lost 7 straight expected goal battles and 9 of their last 10. So they're getting outplayed in all their games here. They've lost 4 in a row, 5 of their last 6, and 6 of their last 8, and 7 of their last 10. So this is not a team that particularly is playing good hockey at the moment either. And the Hurricanes have been playing a little bit better as of late. They're coming in on a 3-game win streak. They're putting up goals. They're playing better defensively. It is probably going to be Semyon Varlamov in this matchup as well against Antti Raanta, which it's been Ranta's the starter now for the time being because Frederik Andersen's not available. So I do think the Hurricanes take care of business here against the Islanders. I took the Hurricanes in reg at -105 rather than the puck line because I can see this as a 3-2 final in reg. So that's kind of where I was going with that one. Over to the chat here. He already said that. New poll in chat. What did you do? What did you do? I'm scared of what Tim did now. What is the Tim? 80% of people voted no on that, and I'm going to end that poll because that's not nice. We don't do that with Terry on the show, especially when I want to back that team today. So don't do that. No, the Wild are not trash. They're better than your freaking Sabres. So.
Wow.
It's about to get classy in 10 minutes. What do you mean it's about to get classy in 10 minutes?
That's probably when the poll is going to end.
Over 6 Isles and I guess Isles have been trending over because they've been giving up goals. And I think the Hurricanes can put up some goals. I don't hate that. Maybe a Hurricanes team total. First vote in. And Isles raced it too. I give you props. As an Islanders fan, I'm not looking to back the Isles right now.
Quickly, before we go on to the next game, can I just say to Tim, if the Wild are trash, what does that make the Denver Nuggets?
That makes them a basketball team and the Wild a hockey team.
That makes okay.
That's like saying, oh, what does that make the Toronto Blue Jays then? If the Minnesota Wild have done this, that makes them a baseball team. It doesn't have any impact. Of course, Tim throwing in that stat. Of course he is.
That's fine. I can bring up the stats of the Wild all time against Buffalo, but I won't do that.
He's only been following Buffalo this year, though, so he's a band.
Whenever I bring up those stats, he says, "Oh."
I was never a Sabres fan back
then.
Yeah. Don't back Wild. The Preds own them like the Blues own the Wild. We'll get into that.
Game soon.
Yeah, the Wild saved my cap from a
Of
trade.
course they did.
Wild and Nuggets, both teams that'll be one and done this year. Oh, if the Nuggets and the Wild had to compete against each other, what sport would that be?
Put the Nuggets on the ice. Put the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, that's definitely fair.
They'd have to do a mutual sport, so something like football.
I think it would be baseball because that's more of an international sport, but that's beyond the point. We'll move on here. We get a great matchup in this next one, Terry. The New Jersey Devils are hosting the Detroit Red Wings in this game. Devils are -165, home favorites, a total of 6.5 in this game. I see a lot of people love the over in this one here. I lean towards an under in this game because if New Jersey can have mediocre goaltending, this team would actually plays really well defensively. They don't give up that many high danger chances. It's just their goalies are terrible. Like when we look at their expected goals allowed, they've allowed less than 3 in 8 of their last 9 games. And the only thing that's really slowing them down here is they have bad goaltending. So they're tough to trust. And when we look at Detroit, they've been getting outplayed. They've been getting dominated as of late. They've lost 4 of their last 5, 6 of their last 8. They've been puck-lined in 5 of those losses. They've been giving up tons of goals. 8 of the last 10, they've given up 3 goals. 9 of the last 10, at least 3 expected goals. Lost the expected goal battle in 10 straight. I'm not looking to back Detroit whatsoever, and maybe Andrew Hammond in net today for New Jersey. I'm okay with that. I think the Devils are a much better team than the Red Wings right now. And I went with another reg line here. I took the Devils in regulation at -115. So that was kind of where I was targeting in this spot. What's your thoughts on this game?
If I'm not playing the last game, then you probably know I'm not going anywhere near this game.
Should I click the button?
Well, no, because for you it's not. So
Well, no,
you found a play.
It's two really bad teams.
Stop it. Get some help.
Doesn't mean you can't bet this game. I love me a good bum fight. All right.
Yeah, just like I said, I'm being selective. So this game didn't even make my radar when I was looking because end of the season.
Sometimes,
two bums.
For me, sometimes I can find value in these bum fights, so it's all good.
I wish you luck.
Tim says they would play table tennis. The Wild feed my family. Shots fired. This game is tricky. The only thing I would play is the over. More shots fired. Wild have lost 9 of their last 10 games versus the Preds, but it's most likely going to be David Rittich in net. So against Big Save Dave, I don't know.
We'll get this. We'll get this.
Yeah, Red Wings. Red Wings race to 2. Over 6 for the Wild and Preds. We're going to get to the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Terry is on the show. We are not skipping the Wild game. Trust me, we will get to it. New Jersey are tricky little devils at home. I like what you did there. They're a better home team than people think. At the Prudential Center, the Devils can actually play some decent hockey. I saw Marc-Andre Fleury helping an old lady across the street yesterday.
Of course. That sounds about right.
All right, next matchup here. The Edmonton Oilers are at the Columbus Blue Jackets here. The Oilers are a little bit of a steep price here, minus 245, but they are in Columbus. Take on the Blue Jackets. Total of 6.5 in this game. I'll let you go first on this one. We'll bounce back and forth on who goes first talking about these games. So what's your thoughts on this one here? Blue Jackets and Oilers.
This one I haven't got to yet, but I'm looking at it. So I think Oilers win this game. Mm-hmm. I think Oilers probably win this game in regulation, but I'm not quite comfortable to lay the puck line at the price it currently is. Myself, I'm trying to get the odds up here, but
it's 185 per reg. That's not even worth it.
Minus 105 now for the puck line. But I don't know. I'm not, again, I don't want to force play. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at Oilers props. I'm going to get to some prop parlays after the show. And Evander Kane has been
the first person I was thinking of.
As much as I hate to say it, he's been pretty hot lately. And he's at half a point right now. So I'll probably have him in a couple of my point parlays. But yeah, I think Edmonton wins this game. But I'm not comfortable going all in with them on the puck line or anything.
Yeah. It's kind of weird looking at these two matchups because when you look at these two teams, totals-wise, can you take a guess where these two teams are trending right now?
Well, by your question, I'm going to say under, even though most people would think they'd be trending over. But yeah.
Exactly. The Oilers, previous to the last 2 games against Colorado and Dallas, which both went over, they had gone under in 6 straight games, actually, with under the 6.5 number at least. And Columbus has gone under 6.5 in 7 of their last 10 games. So both these teams have actually been trending towards the under, and their expected goal numbers are backing that up as well. The Oilers have gone under in 8 of their last 10 expected goals for 6.5. And for the Blue Jackets, it's 6 of their last 10. So the numbers are backing up this trend towards the over with both these teams. Mikko Koskinen and Elvis Merzlikins are the expected goaltenders for this one. So if I'm backing an under, those are 2 goalies I'm okay with these on these 2 teams. Obviously, I don't want Mike Smith and Berube to back an under, but with these 2 teams. And one thing I've noticed with Edmonton a little bit, they've been playing some good defensive hockey. When we look at it for actual goals allowed, they've given up less than 3 in 7 of their last 9 games. So this team is playing better defensive hockey, and they're playing good in front of their goalies, and it's reflecting with the unders here, and it's reflecting that they're winning games. They've won 4 straight games, and all 4 of them are by at least 3 goals each. And it was against Colorado, Dallas, Vegas, and Nashville. These are 4 solid teams right now. So this Edmonton team's looking good. So I'd look towards Edmonton here a little bit as well on a side. I think this is going to be like a 4-1 type of game where the Oilers win this one. I'm on the under 6.5, though. I think that we see a good defensive performance from Edmonton again. And offensively, Columbus has been struggling a little bit as of late. So we'll look back at the chat here. He's saying Nathan saying Oilers -1.5, and Columbus Blue Jackets clown emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji. That's our group chat thing for when we think teams are clowns. More Edmonton puck line here. Columbus Blue Jackets are 8-0 covering the puck line following an overtime game. Interesting. I can see this being a 3-2 game. Sabres and Red Wings save 2-2. Check the stats. Their last 5. Save 2-2. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I'm trying to understand that.
Maybe you meant
Columbus
race to 2.
Oh, okay, race to 2. Okay,
race to 2.
That's fair. Oh yeah, it's probably save. He meant race probably.
Yeah.
Columbus has been so bad lately. They've lost 4 straight games heading into this one, and it was against Ottawa, San Jose, Anaheim, and LA. So 3-4 really bad teams, and then the LA Kings. So Oilers player props, and
Power
Oilers
play,
are
probably.
Power play props. Yeah, my bad. I read that quick.
Yeah,
and then the Oilers are 14-0 as favorites. All right, next matchup here, and this one's interesting. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're taking on the Philadelphia Flyers in this game. The Penguins are -270 favorites in this spot, total of 6.5, and we're expecting Louis Domingue could be a net here on the second half of a back-to-back with the Smith going yesterday, and they're going up against Beach Ball Jones, Martin Jones in this spot here. And looking at this game, I trust the Pittsburgh Penguins defensively to play well in front of Domingue. And when we look at the defensive numbers for Pittsburgh, they've been playing actually really well in front of their goaltending, where they've given up 3 or less expected goals in 8 of their last 9 games. And Philadelphia, I expect them to just be poverty here when it comes to offense, because this team is not generating any chances at all. They've gone under 3 expected goals in 7 of the last 10 games. And both these teams have been trending unders as of late for expected goals, 7 of the last 10. Both teams under 6.5 expected goals. I can see this as a lower scoring defensive game or not really defensive game. It's just one of those games where Philadelphia can't find the back of the net. And that, or I have a weird feeling this could be the last game Philadelphia gets up for this season. And they go similar to what I was hoping we would see from the Islanders against the Rangers, because this is one of those series where I think you can always throw out the records. These two teams are going to play close. So I'd lean towards Philly in this game, actually, as a big home underdog in this spot over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming in on a second half of a back-to-back. Philly coming in, I believe, on a couple of days rest. So the rest advantage with Philly here. I have this weird feeling the Flyers win this game, but I'm going to go under 6.5 in this spot, though.
I just read here that Cam Atkinson, Rasmus Ristolainen, and Carter Hart are shut down for the season.
Yeah, I think they've been out for a while.
All 3 of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, even Atkinson?
Yep. When we do game time decision, I've remember reading his name a few times.
Okay, so yeah, those 3 aren't playing. It is Martin Jones. Domingue was really good in his first start. I'm looking at Philadelphia team total under.
So, I can see that.
On my book, it is -112 for under 2.5, 60 minutes. So it's not really the best price, but do I think they get more than 2 against Domingue?
I think defensively they'll play good in front of Domingue. Like, there's one of those veteran goaltenders that I think that defensive course will stand up and play good defensively in front of.
I think Philly gets 2 goals, and then I'm sitting there nervous about my team total under for like a long time. So I'm not sure I want to do it yet, but I'm thinking it's a good play, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. So because when you take a team total under 2.5, you're going to be in for a sweat.
Of course you are. Whenever you take an under in hockey, it's always a sweat.
Yeah, so I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to get to it, but I'm leaning there.
Yeah, whenever you take an under in a hockey game, and I know this for myself because I put myself through this, it feels like every day, where I take unders in hockey, actually a little bit more than probably most people do. And I am never comfortable with my under until the clock hits 0-0-0. Because I remember seeing this earlier in the year where I had under 5.5 or under 6 with the Wild and the Hurricanes. It was 0-0 heading into the third, and the game finished 3-2. So like I remember those type of games where you can have explosion periods, and all of a sudden, bam, you're at unders dead. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, it is. It's always a sweat when you bet unders. So I definitely understand that. Next matchup here is it's going to be a fun one. Tampa Bay Lightning are at the Florida Panthers in this one here. The Panthers are minus 130 favorites. Total 6.5 in this spot. What's your thoughts on this game?
I love this one. It's most likely, 99% going to be Spencer Knight and net here. The Panthers are the Panthers, and I know that's like, well, of course they're the Panthers, but they're just a really good team, and especially at home. They won for me yesterday against the Leafs, and I think they're going to come right back to it again here. Most likely it'll be Vasilevsky net for Tampa, but I'm not scared. I think Spencer Knight has been the better goalie than Bobrovsky as of late. And I backed Bobrovsky last night, and I'm going to back Spencer Knight here against the Lightning. I'm on Panthers money line minus 125, but I'm also thinking about the draw. I also think this could be a really close game. Something's telling me 2-2 or 3-3 between these two. Something's telling me more of a higher scoring game, but I don't know. This could be a playoff style game. These two could very well face each other again in the playoffs, depending on what happens. But I like the Panthers here, and I lean with the draw as well.
Yeah, one thing that kind of caught my eye with this game, I don't have anything bet in this game, and I don't know if I'm going to get around to anything here. There's two things. We're getting the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions at plus money here, and we're getting a 6.5 in a Panthers game, which I got to look the last time we saw the Panthers have a 6.5 as a total. We've seen them, they had a 6.5 against the Islanders. Other than that, it's been nothing but sevens with them since their game against Montreal on May the 29th. So they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sevens, or yesterday was a 7.5, and then 1 6.5 since then. So that's the first thing that caught my attention. Granted, it's minus 130 to the over 6.5. So you are paying juice with that one there. And when we look at that game last night, Florida did not deserve that game whatsoever. They got dominated by the Leafs, and the Leafs had most of the chances. They had a lot of the opportunities, and they just didn't get the goals. They ran into a Sergei Bobrovsky is good at hockey type of night, which was frustrating because that plus 130 ticket looking really nice to start the game, and then that was just a frustrating way to lose that game. But yeah, the Leafs were the better team last night, and I would lean towards the Lightning here in this spot because we're getting plus money. The Lightning dominated their game last night, and they're still fighting with the Leafs potentially to get that number 2 seed in that division. So, and we know the Panthers have already locked down their spot, and it looked like the Panthers were kind of going through the motions a little bit for most of that game last night until they fell down 2-0. So I lean towards the Lightning. I think the Lightning are still a better team than the Maple Leafs. So I would lean towards the Lightning in that spot. I did not get involved in this game, though.
One thing I have noticed and said like multiple times this year, the Panthers can not show up for 2 periods and still somehow win. So that's why I'm backing them.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that aspect for them when it comes to playoff time, because you take a period and a half, 2 periods off of a playoff game. Guess what? You're down a game now.
And we'll be getting to that topic is coming up here soon with another team
I can't wait. I've said this a few times. I'm going to continue to say it. The Capitals are going to bounce the Panthers in the first round. But back to the chat here. Full games, but can you understand this? I
log in full games, but first to 2 goals.
Losing full games, but for winning first to 2. Okay, like the Leafs did last night. Got the line at 6. Small bet on the. You got 6 on the Lightning and the Panthers.
The odds is probably really.
No. This was the pick game.
Oh, okay.
Pitt, no goal first 10 minutes. I will always endorse that when I have an under. 5-2. I'm thinking 4-1. Fade the Flyers at home. The Flyers are actually a better team at home than they are on the road. They're terrible on the road. You have to ask, other than bragging rights, what does Pittsburgh have? I'm a Pens fan, leaning Philly plus 1.5. I'm not backing Pittsburgh in this game. I lean Philly on the side.
Well, I'm on maybe because I was thinking about taking their team total. I think like teams shouldn't have like this. What do we have to play for attitude? You're coming into the playoffs. You should be going into the playoffs in a winning attitude. So we'll get to this in another team later on.
I know exactly what team you're talking about.
Yeah, but having we don't really care. We'll just win in the playoffs. We're making the playoffs. That's not a good attitude to have. Especially, we'll get to it. But I don't think Pittsburgh has that attitude. I think Sullivan has
I do
them
think Pittsburgh
playing.
loses in the first round though.
Yeah, well, that's the playoffs. But I think Sullivan has them in we need to play mode. Not it's Philadelphia. Like this game doesn't matter.
Which I believe also Malkin's not going to be playing in this game, if I'm not mistaken. No, they have Malkin back, and he didn't play last game.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he did play last game. He missed the previous 4 games. That's what I'm remembering. He missed the previous 4 games with the suspension.
Yeah, you don't want very many goals. I don't really want many goals.
Yeah, no.
Give us a 3-0 or 3-1 Pens win. That's what
I think this is one of those games where the Pens stand in front of Louis Domingue and play really good defense for the veteran goaltender. I like veteran goaltenders like that. Fade the Philly Flyers for fun. Why not? I mean, I think they're a live underdog today, but why not? The cover is all good though too. I think it goes over. Okay. Not when you have an aging Crosby and a Malkin. Honestly, I think next year Pittsburgh doesn't make the playoffs next year because I think they drop off. I absolutely agree with Terry. Teams need momentum going into the playoffs. Absolutely. And we've seen that a few years. But we'll move on to the next matchup here. Team trying to build a little bit of momentum heading into the playoffs here. The Boston Bruins are taking on the Montreal Canadiens in this spot here. We're seeing the Boston Bruins around minus 290, minus 300 favorites in this game. We have a total of 6 in this one. That's actually gone up to 310 on my book. And for me, I'm going right back to an under in this game because we've seen from the Bruins lately nothing but unders. They haven't gone over the total of 6 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 games. 8 games they've put up in the total goals 5, 6, 6, 5, 3, 5, 4, 4. Unders have been hitting in Boston games. They're playing really good defensively. This is a team that I think could be a threat in the playoffs as well if they're going to play this well defensively. And having a Boston-Carolina series could be a lot of fun. I think defensively this team is very good. They play playoff-style hockey, and I think that they can stifle this Montreal offense, which has not been particularly great. I need to get their stats from yesterday's game. They lost to Ottawa 6-4 yesterday. But Ottawa is not good defensively that much. So for me, I am on the under 6 in this game. I'm on a bunch of unders today. This is another one I got to under 6 with Boston and Montreal. I see this as another one of those 3-1, 4-1 type of games where Boston continues to play their under hockey. And when we look at it, actually, Montreal has been puck lined in 9 of the last 10 games. I lean towards Boston puck line as well. And if you're looking to get some pretty nice plus money, I want to see what this price is real quick before I toss this over to you. For the Montreal Canadiens, exact goals in regulation 0 plus 650. I think that may be worth a stab as well. What's your thoughts?
In this one here, so Swayman's in net. Pasternak and Lindholm both will not play today. They did play yesterday, but they weren't going to play both days regardless. So both will be out of the lineup today. I'm kind of feeling a draw here. I think we could get a really close 2-2 game here. It does look like it's going to be Montembeault in net, which kind of makes me kind of iffy about it. That's the only thing that I'm kind of nervous here about. Montreal has not been playing well. Obviously, they've lost quite a few in a row. Somebody's just telling me this is going to be a close game. Both teams on back-to-backs. Something's just screaming 2-2 here. Then it goes to overtime 2-2, and then I would assume Boston would win, but something tells me this is going to be a close game. So I'm not officially on anything yet here, but I'm leaning with the draw. This one.
That's an interesting look there. These two teams I feel like could play a decently close game, but once again, I don't trust Montreal to play anywhere close because they haven't lately. And they've been getting dominated in most games. So this has just been a frustrating Montreal team to look to try to back. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with them not being able to score goals in this game. But we have one comment. Seeing a lot of teams go under, seeing playoff hockey now. So grab them when you can. 5.5 lines should be a bit more normal soon. Yes, exactly. And I'm looking to back unders more specifically with good playoff teams. Like the unders I have today, Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Boston, and Vegas. I'm looking to back them with teams looking to try and make the playoffs or teams already in a playoff spot looking to play better defensive hockey heading into the postseason. So absolutely. And unders in the postseason, absolutely. Unders and draws in the postseason are good as well. I'm not a draw better. I know Terry is. I'm going to bet I bet one draw this entire NHL season. I'll probably have 10 or 15 draws during the playoffs. Like I'll bet more draws during the playoffs. Yeah, unders and draws in the postseason, 2-2 games. You're going to see a lot of those. But I remember you've been hinting towards a team that has not been doing particularly great with being a little bit of lackadaisical since they've gotten the number 1 seed, since they've clinched the division. The Colorado Avalanche are at the Winnipeg Jets in this game, minus 210 for the Avalanche, total of 6.5 in this game. And I feel like this is a competition here between which team cares less. Because Winnipeg, if you've seen the way they've been playing, have not played well either. And when these two teams do meet up, it generally does not go in the direction of the Winnipeg Jets this season. So what's your thoughts on this game here, Winnipeg and Colorado in this spot?
Well, I have absolutely no bets in this game. Not even probably going to target anybody for player prop. My player prop parlays either. I may have to look if Makar is at 0.5 point. I may have to go with that again. But other than that, I don't really want to touch this game very much. Yes, Colorado is that team. They have been everybody's Stanley Cup favorite for quite a few years now. Every time they go to the playoffs and then they end up losing. Having we're just going to win in the playoffs type attitude in these final games is not the way to go into the playoffs. It's very hard to just turn it back on, like to be like, oh, we don't care. It's just like final games that don't matter. We're in the playoffs. We'll just win there. And then all of a sudden the playoffs come around and you're facing a team that's been in a win now mode that we need to win. And all of a sudden you find yourself down 0-3 in the series. So yes, that probably won't happen with Dallas. But
I was going to say it's going to be.
But I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen. But going into the playoffs with a losing attitude is not good. I've been backing this Avalanche team the last couple games, and I refuse to do it any longer. For the rest of the regular season, I'm not playing the Avalanche, especially when they face Minnesota in the second last game of the season. But we'll get there then. But this is not a good spot. Well, it could be a good spot for the Avalanche facing the Jets, but it's not a good betting spot for me. I'm not touching either of these teams right now.
Yeah. And looking at it, when we look at that potential playoff matchup with Colorado and Dallas, Dallas has won 2 of the 3 games against Colorado this year. So they've actually played pretty well against this Colorado team. And I've been saying this for a while. Colorado is not a team I'm looking to back when it comes to the playoffs. And if the price is right, if you're giving me plus 250, plus 300 for Dallas to win that series, I'm going to take a stab at that. Why not? I'm probably going to take a stab at Washington. Like I'm going to take a stab at some teams to win series because we've seen upsets in playoff hockey. We saw that a few years ago with the Lightning against the Blue Jackets. Things happen like that. But when it comes to this game, no, this is not a play on the Avalanche for me. This is a fate of the Jets. The Jets have thrown in the towel They are getting dominating in their games. Granted, they're playing their last 4 games have been absolute hell. They were, I think, on the road for all 4 of them. They lost in Florida, in Tampa, in New York against the Rangers, and in Carolina. That's a tough schedule, and now they're playing Colorado. So the schedule makers did them no favorites here at the end of the season here, and they've looked terrible. They've given up goals. They've been losing expected goal battles, 8 of the last 10. They've been giving up chances. They've been creating nothing. And when it comes to this game, I'm looking at a team that's been puck-lined in 4 straight games against a team I'm considering still a top team in the NHL, a top regular season team in the NHL, not a playoff team, regular season team in the NHL, coming in off of 3 straight losses. I think that loss against Edmonton, I'm hoping woke them up a little bit here. And if they don't cover this will be the last time I touch the Avalanche the rest of the season as well. I took the Avs puck line at plus 115. We're getting plus money to fade the Jets on the puck line, which has happened 4 straight games against good opponents. I think this is a Colorado spot here. Losing 3 straight. I don't think Colorado's lost 4 straight all season long. So I'm going to take a stab here with the Avalanche to cover a puck line for me. Yeah, I know they don't care right now, but neither do the Jets. I think both these teams can sleepwalk through this game, and the Avalanche win this 4-2 or something along those lines. So I took the Avalanche.
Yeah, sorry, continue. Do you know if Brandon's back? Because I know the Avalanche are pretty injured at the moment right now, and
they are
with Rantanen out. That's.
I'm going to take a look at the injury report here real quick. Rantanen still remains out. But on the other side, no Zach Sanford, no Mark Scheifele, no Nate Thompson, no Cole Perfetti. So Winnipeg has one of their big players out with Scheifele as well. But yeah, no Landeskog, Murray, Rantanen, Devon Taves, and Eric Johnson. So yeah, but I have a feeling most of those guys are going to be back for the playoffs. Which this is still a spot here where Colorado.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not trying to say like back Winnipeg. I was just wondering if he was in or not. Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is a I want nothing to do with the Jets, and I think the Jets they're going to be a fade team the rest of the season for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to take the Avs puck line in this one and hope they cover a puck line here. If not, then I took a shot, and it is what it is. It's plus money at the end of the day, and it's one play out of probably I think 25 plays for me today. So I'd take Vegas to upset the Avs. Absolutely. I would take Vegas.
But Vegas needs to make it first.
Vegas, but I've said this a little bit. I've said this on a couple of shows of mine. Vegas has 2 options for this year. They're going to miss the playoffs or they're going to the Western Conference Finals. I think there's no in between for this team because if they miss the playoffs, they miss the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, all of a sudden they're the Tampa Bay Lightning of last year, where they're no longer worrying about cap space. All of a sudden, Riley Smith's healthy to play. All of a sudden, Nolan Patrick is healthy to play. Like all of a sudden, all these players are all of a sudden healthy to play for the playoffs. And all of a sudden, they're $20 million over the cap. But it doesn't matter because that's the playoffs.
Can Thompson take them there, though?
I think Thompson's the future of Vegas Knights goaltender.
No, I've liked Thompson. Like I took him in my fantasy leagues. I took him like way before he even played any games. But it's a lot of pressure in the playoffs and you're first being a rookie, so I don't know if he could take them all the way.
But I remember the last time I saw a rookie play in the playoffs a little bit, and his name, a couple of them. Last year was Ilya Sorokin, which he looked pretty good. And a couple years ago, I believe there was this guy named Jordan Binnington who was a rookie that year and went all the way to the He was older, yes, but I think Logan Thompson's your starting goaltender for years to come for the Vegas Golden Knights. Which we'll get to Vegas here later in the slate. We have a couple more games. Can Vegas still snap? Why not? Yeah, Vegas, Colorado. I would be so down to back the Vegas Golden Knights if they make it that far. Yep. I had the Celtics yesterday. That was my only NBA play. I'm 6-1 in my last 7 NBA plays. So NBA's treated me nice in the playoffs a little bit.
Vegas is 4 points behind.
Yeah,
Dallas, but they have a game in hand. They're 7 points behind LA, so there's that. That's
LA is making the playoffs. I love to see that. I think they deserve to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it would be hard. It would be pretty much impossible for them to fall out now. So Vegas needs to beat Nathan's Dallas Stars or the Preds.
Nathan wants that. But we'll move on here. Toronto Maple Leafs come into Washington. Washington minus 120 home favorites, a total of 7 in this game. And I got this last night. The line has moved 10 cents since I've got it. I got it at minus 110. I got the Washington Capitals in this spot. We have the Capitals coming in rested. It's going to be Vitek Vanacek in net for them. This is a relatively healthy Washington team. So heading into the playoffs, this team is starting to play a little bit better as of late. The only player they're missing is Carl Hagelin. Michael Bunting may be out for this game. Jake Muzzin remains out for this game. They're still without Cachet and Sandin. I don't particularly trust Eric Kallgren in net. When we look at what Washington's done lately, they're not a Colorado Avalanche right now. They've won 7 of their last 10 games. They're playing good hockey. And Toronto's coming in off of a heartbreaking overtime loss last night where they dominated the play against Florida, and they looked good. I mean, I've noticed that Toronto has had plenty of those games this year where they dominate their opponents. They put up 4 expected goals and stuff like that, and they just get goalied. For whatever reason, goalies show up against Toronto. I can see that a little bit with Vitek Vanacek in this game. I like Washington in this spot. They're the rest of the team. They've been playing better. And Washington, I think, is a team I'm looking to back heading into the playoffs because they play better defensive hockey. It's just their goaltending is a question mark here with Vanacek. But I like the Capitals minus 110 in the spot.
I'm right there with you. This Capitals team, there was a point of time where everyone was saying, they might fall out of the playoffs. The Islanders were hot. It was looking like a very possibility that the Washington Capitals could fall right out of it. And then they flipped a switch. I don't know what happened, how they flipped that switch, but they flipped it. They started winning. I backed them. And I won.
Yeah.
So Leafs on a back-to-back. I faded the Leafs last night. I'll fade the Leafs again tonight. They played really good without Matthews. Now, I'm not saying that Matthews' return made them lose that game yesterday. I'm not saying that.
No.
But the Capitals are just playing well. So I have the Capitals money line and Ovechkin half a point in my player point parlay. The fact that he's at half a point is just kind of ridiculous. So
yeah,
I can't see him not getting a point of some kind in this game. So I have Ovechkin half a point in my parlay, and I also have Capitals money line here.
Yeah, it was very disappointing when they did start to lose games like that because I have a Alex Ovechkin MVP ticket that I can kind of just toss up now and move on. But he was looking good for a decent amount of that season, and I still think he has potential to do that again next year or something along those lines. But yeah, I like Washington a lot, and I think it's a team I'm going to back a little bit heading down the stretch here. We'll head into this game here. I don't think you have many opinions here, so we're going to skip over this one. Minnesota, Nashville, it's not a big deal. Minnesota Wild are minus 125 favorites now. They're at Nashville, a total of 6.5 in this spot. Okay, you didn't freeze. It looked like you froze for a second, but you didn't. You're just remaining super still. Cool. You had me fooled. All of a sudden, you're just like, and then I'm like, did he freeze or okay, he's still. I saw your eyes move for a second. I'm like, all right, he's there. Yeah, we have Nashville coming in on a second half of a back-to-back. We might have Big Save Dave in net here for the Nashville Predators. What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, if they put Saros in, then actually, hold on a second. So they have I don't like their coach, Hines. I've never really cared for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he put Saros back in again on a back-to-back. Why not overuse your goalie heading into the playoffs and risk injury in a game that's, yes, you need to win, but I don't see. I think it should be Riddick in net, and it should be Talbot in net if they continue the switching of the goalies. I can't believe I'm about to say this right now, but I kind of would prefer Talbot in net right now. Fleury has been letting in softies, and after that he becomes a wall. After that, he plays really well.
It wakes him up,
but he does
Nothing
let
wakes
in
you up
some
in the morning
softies.
like a nice little softie, right?
But what that also does is gets the Wild at a good plus price after Fleury does let in a couple softies. So the Wild were at plus 175 last game. I didn't take it, and then of course they absolutely storm back and destroy not Vancouver, Seattle. So, well, they destroyed Vancouver too, but that destroyed Seattle, and it's just like, if the Wild are down in this game, yes, Nashville's had their number. Somebody said it earlier. I think it was Little Perk.
Yeah.
Nashville has had Minnesota's number here. I think Wild are going to be motivated, first of all, to not get swept by the Nashville Predators this season, and second of all, home
Similar
ice
to the Blues
advantage.
series?
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
that was a 3-game series.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
And if you want me to go over that, they never played in Minnesota. It was one outdoor game. And
I was just screwing around. I was just screwing around.
But I think the Wild are going to be motivated here not to get swept like they did by Buffalo and St. Louis. But I think they're not going to want to get swept by this Predators team. This is the Wild's last road game of the year. I think they're going to win this game at a pretty good price as well. And Sam said here, Preds have been kind of meh down the stretch. I agree. And the Wild are still winning. They're still playing, 16-1-3 in their last 20 games. They are playing the opposite of Colorado. They're heading into the playoffs with a winning mentality. So, and also Blues, that's still right in the line here. The home ice advantage, it's still a battle. And I don't see the Wild giving up here. And I think they get a win. I don't think it's going to be a huge win like they have been smashing some teams. But at this price, I'm definitely on the Wild money line here. Oh, and Fiala. Fiala props. First of all, he's been on fire for a while now. Second of all, this is his former team. So definitely hit Fiala. Fiala.
Yeah, and I remember saying this when they first during the trade deadline. I said Cam Talbot's going to be the game one starter in the playoffs, and I think I'm right on that one. He's been the better goalie. It's been a little bit of you like the fire underneath his ass, and he plays better hockey. And this is a spot here where, yes, I understand Nashville has dominated Minnesota in the past as well. This situationally, I also lean towards an under in this game. I see this. The only thing keeping me off the under is it's going to be Big Save Dave, most likely. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Saros, because Saros got lit up last night, and Rittich did come in, and he saved 9 out of 9 after he came in against Tampa Bay last night in relief. So that is a big question mark. Who's going to be in net tonight? If it was Saros, I'd lean towards an under 6.5 in this game and expect a playoff style hockey game. But Minnesota, they're coming in. They're the rested team. They're coming in, I believe, off of 2 days rest after that win against Seattle. And they have Nashville, who played a big game against the Lightning last night. And Minnesota's got to keep winning to keep pace. Yeah, Minnesota's been hot lately. And the team they're trying to keep up with, or try to go stride for stride with, is also one of the hottest teams in hockey. And we're going to get to them next game, the St. Louis Blues, the team that they're trying to hold off for home ice advantage here. So, I'm gonna look at the Wild here. I think they get the win in the spot. This is a team playing good hockey heading into the postseason, which is weird. It's unfortunate that those two teams have to play each other in the first round, because I think both the St. Louis and Minnesota have teams that can meet in the Western Conference Finals, not the first round. Like, I think the winner of that series could easily go through the Central and potentially make the Stanley Cup. I have futures on both. But yeah, I'm going to look towards the Wild in this spot here to get a big win against Nashville. All right. Yastrzemski is out for San Fran. It's just one hitter. Line dropped to 170. Really? The line dropped that much for one player? Unless it's a pitching change, I don't understand that. No, it's the same pitchers. I don't care. Preds have been mad down the stretch. They have, and the thing is, they haven't been scoring goals. That's the problem here. They've actually been going under a decent amount, and they've been struggling to score goals. Which is the strongest play? Giants money line or I like both on the run line. I like both teams on the run line. Cardinals for sure. Yeah, I would say Cards.
I have both teams money line at a parlay, like San Francisco, St. Louis, Seattle. That's what I like.
Yeah, Blues have been otherworldly. This first round is gonna be insane.
They're starting to come down to earth a little bit. They did. Their winning streak got broken, and then they went to overtime against the Yotes yesterday. So they're
here's the thing with
starting
the
to.
Yotes right now is teams are overlooking them now.
Yeah, that's true.
We saw
But
that
they
with
did come off
Washington
the
as
loss
well.
before that. I'm not saying that they're shit now or anything. I'm not
No,
saying
they're
that
not.
at all. But I think that they had that win streak, and now they're starting to maybe tail off, and we'll get it right here. We'll talk about it right here.
St. Louis Blues are at the Anaheim Ducks in this one here. The Blues are minus 240 road favorites, a total of 6.5 in this game. I did a free pick video on this one last night. I'm going to go with the hottest team in hockey versus a team that has can't get out of their own way. They've lost 2 straight. They've lost 5 of their last 6, and they've lost 7 of their last 9. I'm looking to fade the Ducks, and I've been doing that most of the year down after the trade deadline, the All-Star break. I've been fading the Ducks a lot, and this team has really struggled. And this is a team I made some money with in the beginning of the season backing, and I think they're going to be a decent team next year. But this year they're just not up to the caliber they need to be. This is still a team that I think finished last in the Western Division last year. They weren't a good team last year. You had to expect a little bit of positive from them this year, which they were better than last year. I'll give them that. But this St. Louis team, I don't want to step in front of them at all. I think this is a St. Louis team that's continued to play well, and they're continuing to win heading into the playoffs, and that's something you really like to see. And yes, I know this is a second half of a back-to-back for both teams, and this is Ryan Getzlaf's last game at home. I do not care. I think the Blues take care of business in this one here. I don't think the Blues care that this is Ryan Getzlaf's last game. I think they get the puck line cover in this one here. I laid the 1.5 with the Blues. I think their offense is going to continue to click against a Ducks team that's been giving up goals. They've given up at least 3, and it's 8 of their last 9 games. This is a team that's has no trouble letting the puck in the back of their own net. And this is a Blues team that's been able to score goals as well. So I'm going to go with the Blues on the puck line with a lean towards the Blues team total over as well. I think they may have been sleepwalking a little bit in that game last night against the Yotes, kind of overlooking them because the Yotes are getting blown out by everybody right now. And we've noticed that with back-to-back games with the Yotes where Washington and St. Louis, it just looked like they didn't care in those games, and they still won those games. So I'm going to take the Blues to take care of business against the Ducks, which I'm looking to fade.
All right. Well, finally it's come where me and Nick disagree. We disagree here. I think Getzlaf's final game matters a lot. This Anaheim team has been playing horribly for a while. That is 100% true. If they're going to win a game, if they're going to get up for any game down this stretch, it's this one right here. It's this one here for Getzlaf. I'm backing the Ducks here. I have them plus 1.5, and I also have a sprinkle on the money line. Andy in our group chat, I love it when I am on the same side as him, especially with the dog like this. And he also really thinks they are going to step up for Getzlaf. I think they do. Both teams obviously playing last night. I think this is going to be a close game, and I think the Ducks squeak out a victory here. I won't be surprised if it's in overtime. But as long as they don't get blown out, I'll be happy having the plus 1.5 in the money line. And I'll probably, of course, have to have some kind of Getzlaf point prop, a Getzlaf point prop in my parlay because this is it. This is the game. I think if Anaheim wins any down the stretch, it's this one. And no, I'm not saying this because I want St. Louis to lose. Do I want St. Louis to lose? Yes.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I'm not going to try to hide that. I'm very open with that. But this is a handicapping spot. Getzlaf's final game. I think they come out to play for him, and I think the Ducks squeak out a victory here.
Yeah, I think the only way I can back the Ducks in this game is taking Ryan Getzlaf to score a goal. Like I think Getzlaf may score a goal in this game, and still the Ducks or the Blues win this 5-2. Like I can see them trying to force the puck to Ryan Getzlaf. So if I'm backing the Ducks in any way, shape, or form here, it's Getzlaf to score a goal. But I don't think they win the full game here.
Yeah, hey, it's the Ducks. Trust me, I'm not going all in. It's not the Ducks are not a team I want to go all in with. That's for sure. But I think they have a chance here.
Yeah, but we'll head into the final game here of the slate. This is our longest DSB show. Yesterday it was, and today we've gone 20 minutes past that.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's all good. We have 2 people talking hockey after 2 people talking
There's
baseball.
a bunch of games
it's all good.
today, yeah.
It's a ton of games too, which we're not going to have many slates like this remaining. I think we have a couple big slates remaining, but other than that, we're going to have playoff hockey, which there's only 3-4 games a night during the first round, then 1 and 2. So Sharks are at the Golden Knights here. Last game of the slate. Golden Knights are minus 330, home favorites, a total of 6.5 in this game. I'll let you go first on this one here. Where are we looking at this spot?
This is a huge rivalry, Sharks and Golden Knights. These 2 teams absolutely despise each other. But that's basically all I really have to say about this game. Vegas they need to win this to make the playoffs, but I don't look at that. I try not to look at that as a handicapping thing. Oh, they need to win. Well, of course they need to. A lot of teams need to win, but it doesn't mean they will. Yeah, so like people have been, we're saying Vancouver needed to win and they weren't able to. Winnipeg needed to win, they weren't able to. I think Vegas is 4 points out here. They have 4 games left, 4 points out. I think they're pretty much toast. I think the playoff is set, but they may not think they're toast, and they may pull it all out here. And it is a division rival, so I like Vegas here, but I'm not backing them on the puck line. And obviously their money line is minus 330. So unless you're parlaying that with something else, not much for me in this one.
Yeah. For me in this spot, when we look at what San Jose has done lately, they've been playing some under hockey as of late. They've gone under 6.5 in 8 of their last 10 games, and they've done that expected goal wise. I have to find the expected goal stats from last night's game against Chicago. It went under as well. This is a San Jose team that's been kind of poverty when it comes to offense, where they struggle to put up expected goals. They struggle to score goals. They got 4 last night, which they shouldn't have gotten 4. My number said they should have scored around 2. It's just we all know the way Chicago Blackhawk goaltending is. So they were able to put up 4 against the Blackhawks last night. Still cashed my under 6.5 in that game. And I'm going right back to an under in a Sharks game here. I expect Thompson to have a good game here. I think this is another one of those big favorite 4-1 type of games. I don't think the Knights are going to have to go out and blow out the thing. They just want those 2 points. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was 2-1, if this was 3-2. So I see a lower scoring game here where Vegas, they put up a couple goals maybe, but I don't see the Sharks putting up more than 2. So I'm going to go under 6.5 in this spot here, expecting a 4-1, 4-2 at most type of game here with Vegas and San Jose. But you never know. I said a similar thing a couple games ago for Vegas when I took an under 6.5, saying I'm expecting 4-1 Knights, and then they lose 3-2 to the Devils. Am I saying that the Sharks are a live underdog? Absolutely not. Could they win this game? Why not? Because one thing I love to hear is, oh, they have to win this game. Well, I never handicap that way, and you said you never do too, because one thing you have to learn in this industry is have to win won't mean will win. And a lot of times, the have to win teams, that baked into their price. If the Vegas Golden Knights are in a playoff spot right now, are they minus 330 in this game? No, they're probably minus 270, minus 280. They're not minus 330. So I think that's baked into the price here, the have to win aspect of the game. So I'm just going to go with the under and expect them to play good defense in front of Thompson and try to play decent defensively. And hopefully if they make the playoffs, they're coming in playing pretty well. Heading back over the chat, and then we're going to recap, and then we'll head on out for today. Yes, sir. Should there be any worries with Edmonton Oilers today? I kind of like them. No, I think they take care of business, and I think they limit the Blue Jackets to a low scoring game. E-Town should be a good pick today. Columbus has been iffy. Yeah. Vegas is so strong at home against the Sharks. They are. I'd lean towards Vegas in this spot, but I'm not touching a side, especially at that price. But that is the entire slate. We did it in 2 hours and 14 minutes. Bang! I will quickly recap. I'll give out Tim's plays and then my plays as well, and then I'll let Terry give out what he likes for today. For Tim, he's on the Rays Red Sox over 7.5. Cardinals run line under 8.5 with the Astros and the Blue Jays. He's on the Mariners run line. He's on the Mets run line. He's on the Pelicans plus 2.5. For me, I'm riding with Tampa Bay team total over. I'm on the Tigers first 5 run line. I am on the Marlins first 5. I'm on the first 5 in full game run lines with the Giants. Cardinals run line. Twins first 5. Astros money line. Team total over for the Orioles. I'm going to be adding on the Mariners later in the day. Dodgers run line and the Mets run line in the NHL. I'm on the Bulls plus 4.5 in the NBA playoffs today. I'm on the Devils in regulation at minus 115 in the NHL, along with Carolina Reg at minus 105, under 6.5 Oilers, under 6.5 Flyers, Avalanche puck line, under 6 in the Bruins, the Capitals money line, the Wild money line, the Blues puck line, Sharks Knights under 6.5. Your thought, your looks for today, Terry? We didn't have any typed up because you joined just for the hockey section.
I didn't know I was going to join, but then when Tim said, "Oh, I have to leave," I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe I'll come join Nick," because we never really get to. Obviously, I'm getting well with Terry and friends, we do, but on ESB, we never really get to go over things. So
plus, you have a job now, so you can't join us anymore.
I know. I'll just go over everything. So baseball, Colorado Rockies first 5 money line. Cleveland Guardians first 5 plus 0.5. Minnesota Twins money line. Blue Jays money line. Dodgers San Diego first 5 under 3.5. Mets Arizona first 5 under 4.5. Brewers money line. And then I have a 3-team parlay. San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, Seattle Mariners, all in the money line, plus 284. I also have 3 basketball parlays, Milwaukee money line and Golden State money line, Milwaukee money line and Phoenix money line, and Golden State money line and Phoenix money line.
So round robin.
No, there's 3. They're 3 separate.
No, yeah, it's all 3 teams though. You're round robbing, you parlay them with each other. Those are both 2. There's a 3-team 2-leg round robin.
Well, yeah, but it's separate bets. Like I have a half unit on.
No. Round robins are separate bets. Yeah.
Okay, I never do round robins, so I didn't.
Yeah, you have Bucks, Suns, Bucks, Warriors, and Suns. Yeah, you have all. Okay. You have all teams parlayed with each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a round robin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I thought a round robin was all in one, like one.
Nope. Round robin is multiple parlays of 2 legs. You can also do 3 legs, 4 legs, whatever, depending on it. Like it's just you're parlaying every team with every other team.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Hey, learn something.
Which I gotta put this disclaimer out there. Here at us at Earle Sports Bets do not condone parlays. Bet parlays at your own risk. Not naming any names. Lex.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I've been doing really well this month, and I've been having parlays on my card every day. But it's to each his own. Obviously, single betting is the way to go, profitable, long term. But if you parlay responsibly, you can make money too. So that's what I have for baseball or basketball, hockey. Panthers money line, Washington Capitals money line, Wild money line, Ducks plus 1.5, and Ducks money line. But hit Fiala props, I'm telling you. He's going to want to. He's been doing so well, and now he's facing his former team. Hit Kevin Fiala.
All right. But that is everything from today's slate. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I was joined by my brother Tim and Terry Edelman here for hockey. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. And good luck with all of your action today.